Hi, in this walkthrough, I'm going to make a small low poly asset of a barrel, and I'm going to use various tools. I'm going to explain what I'm doing while I'm doing it. First, I'm going to select a cylinder. Now, if you double click, and you get the options, and I've put down the subdivisions to 10, which gives me enough roundness, but still keeps it low poly. So this is my cylinder, and I push F to focus. Now, if you hold down the Alt key, you can use your mouse buttons to tumble, and the middle mouse button is panning around, and the right mouse button is the dolly. Now, first thing I'm going to do is select some faces. If I right click and I ask for faces, the default option is pulling a marquee, which is a rectangle, and I can add these by holding down the shift, and now I got both the top and the bottom. I'm just going to make an extrusion. Now the extrusion is already made, but I need to manipulate it a little bit, so I push the R on my keyboard for the scale tool, and I scale these down. Now you see that it also goes down a little bit. I don't want that. That's because my selection is the top and the bottom. So I'm just going to correct it by pulling out, click and drag the Y axes. I'm going to do it again and ask for the scale tool again and just push down the Y. So that gives me a nice little rim. Now, you know that I don't like triangles. It screws up your topology. It makes it hard with UV unwrapping, and in general, I just don't like it. Now, it's not really necessary because it's in a flat plane, but I'm just going to delete these and go to right click and ask for edge mode, and I'm just going to select this edge and then double click on this one. That gives me a loop selection. Now I'm just going to close these off with the bridge tool, and I'm going to cut it up into nice little quads. Dolly over, tumble over to the top, and ask for the cut tool. Now I'm just going to start here. Click once, click twice, enter to confirm, and I'm going to do that. Wait a second, I did that wrong. Right there and there, confirm it. Right there and there, confirm it. So that gives me a few quads. Now I know that the bottom is now a hole. I'm not going to fix it because it works exactly the same as what I've just done. But I want some belts around this this barrel, and I want to make it a little bit bulgy. So first thing I'm going to do is right click, ask for faces again, and I'm going to use the connect tool. Now first I have to make a selection. So I press Q for the selection tool, I click on the first phase, and shift, double click, and I get this loop of faces. Now using the connect tool is pretty easy. You use the middle mouse button, you click and drag, and you can actually add subdivisions wherever you want it, add edges. I'm just going to use 2 and enter to confirm it. And now I'm going to bevel these edges. They're already selected. And works exactly the same. Middle mouse button and just open them up slightly like this. Right, now I'm going to select these faces, first face, and now I'll hold down the shift key, double click. holding down the shift key and double click, and I'm going to extrude these. Use the scale tool. Now it's going to make a little bit of a wedge again, so I'm just going to correct that by just scaling the y-axis. And now my barrel is just straight. Now I want to make it more round. What's handy is to go to an orthographic view and go to the front. Use F, zooms in my to selection. I'm just gonna select all these and just gonna scale them. Like that. If it's too much, then just push them in over the Y. This is good, and I'm going to go back to perspective mode. Now, I like to have more intersections, more roundness to it. This would be okay, but just to let you know, there's a nifty little trick with the multi-cutter. Just press the multi-cutter, and I hold down the control key, and now I can make a loop cut. Just be careful that you take the right loop. And what I'm going to do next is select edges. This shift away. I'm still in the cutting tool. Q. Select the edge. Double click. And let's see. Tumble around this. And scale it up a little bit. Like that. Do the next loop. Scale it up just a tad. And the next one, this didn't go right. Yeah. And just scale it up. Well, this gives me enough roundness for now. Now, I can add all kinds of features, like a little hole at the top. Stuff can go in or out, but that might be something for another walkthrough.